Hello again, my name's John. I'm a retired chef from the northeast of England in the UK, and welcome to my latest video. And in this one I'll be making this fantastic slow roast lamb recipe. It's very easy to do and absolutely delicious. You can view the ingredients list and full written method for this recipe on the recipe page on the channel's website. I'll leave a link in the description under the video, or you can click on the eye icon top right of the screen to take you directly to the recipe page. Before I go any further, I'd like to give a quick shout out to this week's Patreon and PayPal donators, and they are Francis De Palma, Andrea Rose Mayers, Sarah Parker Schemmelt, Ben Gartland and Linda Thompson, and there's also one who wishes to remain anonymous. Thanks again guys, I really do appreciate all your support. And with that out of the way, let's get on with today's recipe. Before starting the recipe, preheat your oven to 170 degrees Celsius, that's 340 Fahrenheit, or gas mark 3. Right, to get started I'll prepare this 2.7 kilograms, that's a 6-pound leg of lamb with the bone. And the roasting pan that you use will need a lip around the edge to fasten the foil to. I'll begin by placing a roughly chopped large onion all around the lamb. Next I rub the oil and thyme all over the surface of the leg. And all this is 3 tablespoons of olive oil with 1 teaspoon of dried thyme mixed in. Now add the rosemary and salt as shown. I'm lucky enough to have a great rosemary bush growing in a large pot in my garden. Lamb and rosemary go very well together. And finally I'll pour in 300 grams, that's 300 mils of water. All of these ingredients combined with the meat juices will make a fantastic gravy or sauce at the end. To protect the surface of the lamb in this slow roasting process, I'll cover it with a small piece of non-stick foil. If you haven't got this non-stick foil, just grease a piece of ordinary foil with oil or lard. Then I need to seal the whole thing with a couple of layers of ordinary foil. And as an extra precaution, I'll place another piece of foil across the tin and tuck it well into the rim as shown. Right, that's all prepared, so I'll get it into the preheated oven and set the timer for 3 hours. The way I work the roasting time out for lamb is 30 minutes per pound and an extra 30 minutes added at the end, but I'll show you that in a moment. And while that's cooking, I hope you don't mind if I give my very first recipe book a bit of a plug. The book has lots of our favourite recipes from our work kitchens in it, and is available in the channel's website shop, along with loads of other equipment I use in the videos. It's just another way you can support the channel. I'll leave a link in the description box below the video, or just click on the eye icon top right of your screen if you want to order a copy today. Okay, the lamb's been slow roasting now for the last 3 hours, but it still needs another 30 minutes to brown off without the foil. So I'll get it out and increase the temperature to 180 Celsius, that's 355 Fahrenheit, or gas mark 4. Now I'll carefully remove the foil. And before it goes back into the oven, I'll give it a good basting with those beautiful meat juices. And back it goes into the oven for a further 30 minutes, and this extra time will give the meat more colour and extra flavour. Right, time's up and that's the roasting done. And to prevent a blast of steam in the face, open the oven door slowly, especially if you wear glasses like me. It does nothing for the camera too. And doesn't that look nice? And the aroma in this house is absolutely amazing. Okay, I'll carefully lift it out of the pan and onto a plate. I'll loosely cover it with a little foil and let it rest. And I'll show you how I make this outstanding gravy. And just looking at that little piece of meat there, you can see how tender and moist it is. Okay, now on to the gravy. First, I'll remove the larger bits of rosemary and onions with the slotted spoon. They've done their job. I'll squeeze the juices back into the pan though. Now, lamb meat juices contains a lot of fat and it needs to be removed, so I pour it into a clear jug while it's still hot, and that way the fat will settle at the top, and all you've got to do then is simply skim it off with a ladle as shown. And that's a good shot, where you can see there's about an inch of fat floating on the top of these meat juices, and it really has to come off. If you're discarding this fat, don't be tempted to pour it down the sink or you'll end up clogging the drains. What I do is either use it for roasting, potatoes, Yorkshire puddings, etc., or let it solidify in the fridge and get it into the normal trash bin. Once all the fat is off, add an extra 200 ml of water or white wine, I'm just using water, and strain it into the pan on a medium heat. Once again, squeeze out all of the liquid, it's too good to waste. Now bring that to a simmer and add the 1 ounce or 30 grams of butter. The butter will give the gravy a wonderful glossy appearance. To slightly thicken the gravy, add a couple of teaspoons of corn flour, you may know that as cornstarch, to a little cold water and mix them together. If you know how to make a simple roux thickener using equal amounts of butter and plain flour, by all means do that, but I'm keeping it simple. Now pour it in a little at a time until you reach the required thickness that you like. And that's the required thickness that I like. And that's it, the gravy's done, so I'll get the lid on and turn off the heat. Right, it's been resting for about 20 minutes, so I'll carve a couple of slices off and add a little of that gravy and give it a taste. I bet it gets a thumbs up. And just by the way it's carving, you can see it's tender, moist, and it looks so appetising. Okay, I think that's enough meat. Now for a little of that gravy. All you would need to add to this would be some steamed carrots and broccoli, mashed potato, Yorkshire pudding and some homemade mint sauce on the side. Oh yes, absolutely gorgeous. You can taste all those ingredients in that gravy. The rosemary, the onions, the thyme, all combined with that beautiful meat. It really is an incredible combination. Told you, there's the thumb. And once again, please consider supporting my Patreon appeal for as little as $2 per month. Or if you prefer, you can make a one-off small donation using my PayPal page. It really does go a long way towards ingredients and production costs, as every penny pledged goes back into my videos. And whether you've donated or not, thanks again for your wonderful support in watching the channel. Well, thank you again for watching. Please like, share, comment and subscribe by hitting the circle above. If you do subscribe, activate the bell icon next to the subscribe button on my channel page. And by doing that, you'll be automatically notified every time I upload a new video. And in the meantime, here's a few of my other videos and playlists that you may want to watch. So, until the next time, be safe in the kitchen and bye for now.